The letter is sitting in your mailbox between a grocery flyer and a birthday card. It has an official seal. It says it's from the Internal Revenue Service. Your name is printed correctly, your address is right there, and the whole thing looks exactly the way government mail is supposed to look. You open it standing right by the mailbox because something in you needs to know what's inside before you even walk back to the house. But what you almost didn't notice could have cost you everything. Because the seal can be copied, the letterhead can be copied. Even the case number printed at the top, the one that looks like it came from some serious government computer system, can be generated on a home printer in about 30 seconds. This is the fake IRS letter scam. And once you know exactly what to look for, you can spot it in seconds every single time. Here's how the trap works. You open the letter and it tells you that you owe back taxes. Not a vague amount either. It's specific, often to the dollar, something like $4,217 because round numbers feels invented and exact numbers feel real. The letter says this needs to be resolved immediately or there will be a lien on your property or a warrant for your arrest. It gives you one phone number to call right now to fix it before things escalate. So you call, and a calm, professional-sounding person answers, confirms everything the letter said, and explains that the fastest way to resolve this is to pay using gift cards, a wire transfer, or sometimes cryptocurrency. That's the exact moment the trap closes, because the real IRS does not work that way, not ever. Let's talk about why this works on people, because it has nothing to do with being careless, it has everything to do with being human. There's a principle in psychology called authority compliance. Researchers have studied for decades how people respond when an instruction appears to come from a position of power, like a government agency, a police officer, or a bank. The finding shows up again and again. People follow authority even when something quiet in the back of their mind senses that it's wrong. That's not a character flaw, it's wiring. Your brain is built to trust seals, uniforms, and official-sounding language, because for most of your life, that trust is exactly what kept you safe. Now stack urgency on top of that authority. The letter doesn't just claim power, it adds a deadline, a threat, a countdown clock. And under time pressure, the part of your brain that normally slows down to double-check things gets quieter than usual. Researchers who study decision-making under pressure have shown this effect across all kinds of high-stakes situations, not just scams, which is exactly why it's so reliable as a manipulation tool. So if a letter like this ever made you reach for your checkbook or your wallet, it doesn't mean you're gullible. It means it was engineered by someone who studied precisely how to bypass careful thinking. The Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, the federal watchdog that has tracked IRS impersonation scams specifically since the scam first emerged, has documented this same pattern for more than a decade. And the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center lists government impersonation as one of the most frequently reported categories in its annual Elder Fraud Report, year after year. This isn't some rare exotic con. It's one of the most common ones running in the country right now. So how do you spot it in 3 seconds before you even finish reading the letter? First red flag, the payment method. The real IRS will never ask you to pay using gift cards, a wire transfer, or cryptocurrency. Not once, not under any circumstance. If a letter or phone call mentions any of these 3, you already have your answer. You don't need to read any further. Second red flag, the threat itself. The real IRS does not threaten immediate arrest, deportation, or license suspension in a single letter or phone call out of nowhere. Before the IRS ever contacts you about an actual balance, you would already have received several prior notices by mail over weeks or months. One sudden letter demanding action today is not how the real process works, ever. Third red flag, the phone number. Scam letters always print their own number for you to call, conveniently placed right there so you never have to look up one yourself. A real IRS notice includes a notice number you can verify independently on the IRS's own website and a number you find there yourself, not one handed to you on the page that's threatening you. Here's your one move, and it's the only one you actually need. If you ever receive a letter like this, do not call the number printed on it. Instead, go straight to irs.gov, search the notice number listed at the top, and use the contact information posted there. That single step removes the scammer's phone number from the equation completely, which is the entire trick collapsing in 3 seconds. That's it. Not 5 things to remember while your heart is racing. Just one habit repeated every time that protects you completely. So picture that letter again, sitting between the grocery flyer and the birthday card. This time you know something the version of you from a few minutes ago didn't. The seal isn't proof. The case number isn't proof. The urgency isn't proof of anything at all, except that someone wants you moving faster than you can think clearly. And now, standing at that same mailbox, you're the one setting the pace. If you found this helpful, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Every Sunday and Wednesday I break down real scams in plain English, so you can stay informed and stay protected. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay one step ahead of the scammers.